Season 6 didn't drop as many bombshells as Season 7, but it made fewer mistakes than Season 7, so I'd say they're equally good and Season 5 still reigns supreme. Most of the mistakes Season 7 made are all located in a number of questionable third acts. Quite a few of these episodes have setups and payoffs that scarcely complement each other. Starting with Flurry of Emotions. It rather felt like they were setting up a moral advising not to try and calm down a toddler who's acting up by offering food or toys or what could be taken as a reward. It would have been a refreshing and potent move to emphasize the dangers of essentially vindicating a toddler's bad behavior, as it'll only encourage them to walk all over you and everyone else. Instead, we get a bog standard, don't take on more than you can handle, make good use of your time lesson. We've seen this. And we got the same in Once Upon a Zeppelin. Was anyone else expecting a make sure you know what you're agreeing to moral? This is certainly true even in a civilization with no internet. Fluttershy leans in has a lot of things going for it. It's interesting how Fluttershy didn't let those 3 ponies she recruited walk all over her, so they went behind her back, meaning even though she's evolved at last, she still needs to be on her guard. But I quite agree with a few comments that the reveal of her lifelong ambition just kind of came and went. If the third act had started with Big Daddy McColt's arrival and the improved progression of the sanctuary, we could have seen the drop in employment Hard Hat Wrangler and Dandy experienced after a negative reference from Fluttershy, prompting her to revise her comments to add that they do have their capabilities and experience in their respective fields, they were just no help to her particular project. Again, adding to the growing she's still doing despite being comparably ballsier than in previous seasons. By far, the most disappointing Season 7 third act to me was in Secrets and Pies. The first 2 acts were hilarious.
Animals just can't digest pony food.
And it struck me as clever to set up a good things only in moderation moral.
And this all happened the day after I made Rainbow Dasha. Thanks for lending me your jacket, Peach Pie.
I was intensely disappointed when we ended up with a bog-standard dishonesty lesson, and of course Applejack's there for it. With all the admittedly weak reasons Pinkie thinks warrant the production and consumption of 1 or 5 pies, it felt like Rainbow Dash had only lost her taste for pies due to how often one was shoved in front of her face. I'm sure she would have told Pinkie to slow down at some point, and Pinkie's simply not wired that way, leaving Rainbow with no option but to secretly dispose of the pies Pinkie gives her every other hour. Imagine Pinkie Pie manages to corner Rainbow Dash with a pie. Rainbow more or less has no option but to eat it. But by that point, enough time has passed since the last time she really did eat one, that when Pinkie finally witnesses her eating one of her pies, she does enjoy it, and seeing Rainbow eat the pie with genuine pleasure confuses the out of her. I was also expecting Rainbow to snap at some point, even if Pinkie approached her without a pie, and go, "Oh, what pathetic excuse have you come up with for trying to cram a pie down my throat this time? Congratulations, Rainbow Dash, you broke wind for the 1,000,000th time since you moved to Ponyville. This calls for a nice big strawberry rhubarb." Well, Secrets and Pies didn't necessarily need either of those things to happen to make it work, but it ought to have ended with Pinkie learning to exercise some moderation, and it really suffered from that recycled lesson. I actually decided against covering this episode in Rainbow Riff Reviews because I was so disappointed with how it ended. On the other hand, I did cover parental glidance, but I feel I didn't comment enough on the other thing in the third act that dragged the story down. Bo and Windy are apparently allowed to carry on in the same old way, and it's implied that Rainbow Dash was in the wrong. I guess I was blindsided by all the Scootaloo love. But allowing and advocating someone carrying on with disruptive and disturbing behavior, no matter how much you may like the offender, is just irresponsible. I'm Brass Polish, thanks for watching, and since neither item on my Season 7 wishlist came about, I've got 3 hopes for Season 8. A Lightning Dust comeback, expansion on Diamond Tiara's Reformation, and I want to see where Zecora came from, the homeland of the zebras.
Hi, welcome to the George Carlin Book Club. Here are some of the titles you'll receive. How to remove chewing gum from your bush. How to turn your front lawn into a cat house. Eat, run, stay fit, and die anyway. How to milk a dog while it's sleeping. How to get through college without books. Earn big money while sitting in your car trunk. How to make a small salad out of your work pants. I give up hope and it worked just fine. How to fillet a panda. 6 ways to screw up before breakfast. How to make an oil lamp out of your genitals. Where to hide a really big snot. How to lease out the space inside your nose. Lightweight summer ensembles to wear on the toilet. How to spot truly vicious people in church. Why no one should be allowed out anymore. 10 things no one can handle at all. And why you should not sit for more than 6 weeks in your own filth. Call now